Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari. Jaya Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana. Jamuna Tira Panachari. Jamuna Tira Panachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari. Jaya Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayesha Bhadresha Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatyuttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Neshtaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 5, Text 24. Sava yesha tata drishta न पश्यत् दृश्यमेकराट् मेने शान्तं विवात्मानं सुप्तशक्तिरसुप्तदृक् स वा एष तदा दृष्टा न पश्यत् दृश्यमेकराट् मेने शान्तं विवात्मानं सुप्तशक्तिरसुप्तदृक् स वा एष तदा दृष्टा न पश्यदृश्यमेकराट् मेने शान्तं विवात्मानं सुप्तशक्तिरसुप्तदृक् Mataji. Saha, the personality of Godhead, Va, either, Eshaha, all these, Tada, at that time, Drashta, the seer, Na, did not, Apashyat, see, Drishyam, the cosmic creation, Ekarat, undisputed proprietor, Mene, thought like this, Ashantam, non-existent, Eva, like that, Atmanam, planary manifestations, Supta, unmanifested, Shaktihi, material energy, Asupta, manifested, Drik, internal potency. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation. The Lord, the undisputed proprietor of everything, was the only seer. The cosmic manifestation was not present at that time, and thus he felt imperfect without his plenary and separated parts and parcels. The marginal energy was dormant, whereas the internal potency was manifested. Purport. The Lord is a supreme seer, because only by his glance did the material energy become active for cosmic manifestation. At the time, the seer was there, but the external energy over which the glance of the Lord is cast was not present. He felt somewhat insufficient, like a husband feeling lonely in the absence of his wife. This is a poetic simile. The Lord wanted to create the cosmic manifestation to give another chance to the conditioned souls who are dormant in forgetfulness. The cosmic manifestation gives the conditioned souls a chance to go back home, back to Godhead. And that is its main purpose. The Lord is so kind that in the absence of such manifestation, He feels something wanting. And thus the creation takes place. Although the creation of the internal potency was manifested, the other potency appeared to be sleeping, and the Lord wanted to awaken her to activity, just as the husband wants to awaken his wife from sleeping state for enjoyment. In the compassion of the Lord for the sleeping energy, that He wants to see her awaken for enjoyment, like the other wives who are awake. The whole process is to enliven the sleeping conditioned souls to the real life of spiritual consciousness, so that they may thus become as perfect as ever liberated souls in the Vaikuntha Lokas. Since the Lord is Satchidananda Vigraha, He likes every part and parcels of His different potencies to take part in the blissful rasa, because participation with the Lord in His eternal rasa leela is the highest living condition, perfect in spiritual bliss and eternal knowledge. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapatantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Brinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Sava Yesha Tada Drishta Na Pashyat Adrishyamekarat Mene Shantam Ivatmanam Shupta Shakti Rasupta Drik. The Lord, the undisputed proprietor of everything, was the only seer. The cosmic manifestation was not present at that time, and thus he felt imperfect without his plenary and separated parcels. The material energy was dormant, whereas the internal potency was manifested. Hare Krishna. Seek the devotees' blessings to speak something. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 5, entitled Vidura Talks with Maitreya. Text 24. Here, Vidura, a great advanced Paramahamsa Vaishnava, is discussing with another great saint, Maitreya. Previously, we heard in the previous classes that Vidura had a great discussion with Uddhava, who is a very close associate of Krishna. And this whole chapter is going on in the mood of feeling separation from Krishna. Krishna disappeared. He left Dwaraka and went back to his original abode. And devotees feeling separation from him. And the only way to mitigate this separation is thinking about him and talking about, discussing about him with dear devotees. So Vidura did that with Uddhava, and now Vidura is continuing that discussion with Maitreya Muni. So discussion about Krishna Katha awakens a dormant Krishna consciousness within the heart. Even Maitreya Muni previously was not very much well situated in Krishna consciousness. He was more inclined towards speculative knowledge. But when he heard about Krishna, when he heard the conversation between Krishna and Uddhava, his heart became very transformed. And now he has elevated to such a situation, such an advancement situation that Uddhava requested Vidura to hear from Maitreya Muni. And Vidura did not consider that it would have been better for me to hear from Uddhava, who is very dear to Krishna, very close to Krishna. How can I hear from Maitreya? But Vidura was also equally excited and happy to hear from Maitreya Muni. And this intimate conversation is going on. Now in these chapters, Maitreya Muni is going to talk to Vidura about the Krishna's creation pastime. So previous chapters, previous verses, we discussed about Krishna's beautiful pastimes in Vrindavan, Dwaraka, Mathura and other places. They are remembering Krishna. And here Maitreya Muni is talking to Vidura about Krishna's pastimes of his creation pastime. So creation of the material world, even though we are living in this material world, sometimes people become bored of living in their home. They want to go somewhere outing. So like that, our home, this material world, is many times boring for us. We also, after coming to Krishna consciousness, we want to get out of this place, especially cities like Mumbai, in the summer season especially. So nobody is so much having great desire to hear about the place where they are living, but they want to go some new places. Similarly, the material world is also not our place. We are just here temporarily. It becomes like as if our own home. But you want to go to some other place. But here, Maitreya Muni is going to explain about this creation pastime of Krishna. The same eagerness how he would be explaining about Krishna's pastimes in Vrindavan and other places. So that's how the devotee doesn't want to miss out anything which is connected to Krishna. Sometimes the immature devotees may think that Krishna's pastimes in Vrindavan, Krishna's pastimes in Dwaraka is more appealing. It's what we should hear, not Krishna's pastime of creation and so on. But the devotees who are expert in relishing the rasa of Krishna, they don't miss out anything which is related to Krishna. They equally relish everything. Just like if we give an example, a great famous sportsman could be, like for example, sometime back one javelin thrower in India, his name is Neeraj Chopra. He got some medal and all, gold medal previous, some Olympics like that. So everybody was, the country is talking about it, very nice. After a long time, India got some rare gold medal. So imagine if he's coming with this, when this news is coming out, who will be the person who will be most excited to hear this news, Obviously his home, his mother or his parents, other family members, they'll be more excited, correct? So watching her son in the TV, getting medal or appreciated by everybody. So imagine if that Neeraj Chopra's with all his sports attire, coat and tie, receiving gold medal, coming through in the procession, and the parents, how much excited they would be. But if he comes home with his Olympic, attire, with a javelin and all other, dress like that to home, they'll be happy to welcome him. But if he stays like that all the time, in the home, while eating also he's having a javelin in the hand, and while sleeping also he's holding javelin in the hand, will the parents will be happy? Mother, just keep that javelin down. The same mother who relished, him throwing the javelin in the TV screen, she is not so much happy, to see him all the time in the javelin, You are in the home, be relaxed, So now, it is of two different rasa. So in the home, the mood is not that of chivalrous mood or adventurous mood of, he is carrying the javelin all the time or moving around like with the javelin. But it is not that the mother is not equally happy to relish the another part of her son when he is throwing the javelin in the Olympic field, watching him in the screen. So everything has its place. That's the understanding. So when Krishna is creating the material world, it may be like Krishna's performance in the sports arena. For Krishna, creation is like a sport. And Krishna coming home and staying with the Brajavasis is like another rasa. So it is not that because the devotees are more interested in a homely atmosphere of Krishna, they don't like to appreciate Krishna in the creation aspect. Just like this mother has her own space, in her own space, she gives space for her son performance in the Olympic field. At the same time, she also have a intimate space for her son in the homely atmosphere. Similarly here, what is understanding that Krishna who is in my home in Vrindavan, who is playing with me, who is dancing with me, who is stealing butter, that Krishna is performing this creation leela. That's how the devotees see. The person who is situated in awe and reverence mode, he will see my Supreme Lord Sri Narayana, who creates, who maintains, who destroys, and that Srimad Narayana, who is a Lord of the 14 planetary system, is playing as a small cowherd boy in Vrindavan with the cowherd boys, he is herding the cows. That is how the person who is the mood of the awe and reverence rasa sees Krishna. But the Vrindavan mood devotees, what they see the other way. My Krishna who is stealing butter, my Krishna who is helpless darling of Mother Yashoda, is performing this creation leela. So, are you seeing Krishna from Vrindavan, or are you seeing Krishna from the mood of Vaikuntha? So the mood differs. But nevertheless, just because the devotees are inclined or their goal is towards the Vrindavan mood, doesn't mean that they fail to appreciate Krishna's the other leelas. The only thing is that the mood, the vision is different. That our sweet Krishna is performing this beautiful pastime. Imagine if the child who is getting a gold medal in the school is asking their parents, come to our school, I'm going to get gold medal from the principal, the headmaster of my school, you know. So if the parent says that I don't like to see you wearing coat, shoe, tie, you know, boot shoot and all, you know. I want to see you like my darling child sitting on my lap, you know, I want to feed you, you know, in sitting you, keeping me on my lap, you know. Will the son will be happy that, oh, you don't come to school, that when I'm receiving award from the headmaster, you know, everybody will be there, you should be there. You know, parents will be more than happy to go there. They'll be excited. The same way mother is excited to keep the child in the lap and feeding him, you know, food. Similarly, she is excited to see her son getting rewarded from the great persons in the society, you know. So they don't miss out any of the aspect of their child, you know. But their favoritism, they're more liking maybe different according to the, you know, different mellows they have. So here, Uddhava or Maitreya, Vidura, they may have the intimate, loving relationship with Krishna, but they don't fail to appreciate Krishna in any mood, even if it is from creation pastime, you know. So I remember once His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj was coming from Barsana. The morning he was in Barsana. Then he came to Delhi, and around 11:30, 12 o'clock, he was in Chennai airport. And from Chennai, we are going to Sriperumbudur, Ramanujacharya's birthplace, and from there going to Kanchipuram. So I was there to receive Maharaj in Chennai. Then we went to Kanchipuram. We took darshan of various deities. And when we came out of one particular deity darshan, you know, it's a huge 22 feet high deity, you know, huge deities. The deity of Krishna, Krishna's pastime of Trivikrama, you know, his one feet is above, you know, above his shoulder, measuring the whole universe, and his two hands are stretched like this. In one hand he is showing one finger, and another hand he is showing two fingers, you know, like this. So he's asking Bali question that, you know, I already measured 2 feet, the earth and the higher planetary systems. So where is another feet, you know? He's asking question. The deity is like that, you know. Huge deity, you know. So, and some other deities we took darshan, Pandava Duta. So when we came out, we took darshan and Maharaj came out and we sat in the vehicle. So from the first seat, Maharaj was sitting, the back seat, myself, Nityananda Prabhu, and few other devotees were all there. So that time Maharaj looked back, and it was amazing statement Maharaj made. I never heard this from anyone or him before. He said, isn't it not worth that we came to the material world? We fell to the material world. Isn't it not worth that we fell down into this material world? After the darshan of the deity. That means, I mean, this is quite interesting statement. You know, the place we are living is the miserable place, Dukkhalayam Ashashvatam. But what is great here, the Bombay city is horrible place. But what is great here, this 7 km Munshi Marg and LNHO first floor, Radha Gopinath is playing his flute. So other than that, what is great in here? Of course, Radha Ras Bihari, Radha Giridhari, Radha Govindji, and Madan Mohanji. So, other than Krishna, what is great in this place? But devotees, many times they forgo, you know, they opt not to go to Vrindavan or Mayapur. They just want to stay back here and serve Radha Gopinath in this city, in Mumbai city. So, they don't fail to appreciate Krishna because Krishna is here. So here, when Maharaj said that, isn't it not worth being in this material world for taking this darshan of this beautiful Krishna? So I was wondering that that morning he was there in Barsana. moving around with the Brajavasis and is fully into it, and the flight timing is getting late and the servants are in anxiety, when are we going to catch up? But Maharaj just forgot everything, and now Varsana means everything is here, the existence, he forgot everything. But then in few hours he's back in, he's in Chennai, he's in Kanchipuram, and he's not failing to relish that particular mood, because what the reason? Maya Vrindavan Krishna is performing this pastime here. So this thought crossed my mind that those who are immatured, those who are not actually able to relish Brajalila may say that Krishna's other pastimes they may become indifferent to that, or they may not appreciate. But the person who really appreciates Krishna's other leelas not necessarily forgets or fail to appreciate Krishna's creation pastimes also. That's why Srila Prabhupada always warning us carefully that before we reach the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, one should gradually go through the first 9 cantos. And like one time, one devotee was taking darshan of, in Mayapur, he was taking darshan of Narsinghadev. So the other devotee, he said that I don't take darshan of Narsinghadev. I only take Radha Madhava. For me, darshan is Radha Madhava only. I don't, for those who are Vaikuntha devotees, Aishwarya Bhava, you take Narsinghadev and all. For me, Radha Madhava is sufficient, But then the other day the other devotee felt a little bad, he felt, why you are not neglecting Narsinghadev, So then the other day, that devotee, dragged him and brought him in front of Narsinghadev. When he was taking darshan Narsinghadev, in the face of Narsinghadev, he saw Madhava's face. And say, hey, this is my Madhav, this is my Madhav, you started excited, So then, so what is the understanding that, it is also said, Prabhupada says in the Bhagavad Gita, that one should not turn one's attention towards any other form of Krishna other than the Shyamsundar form of Krishna, who bent in 3 full forms, here Gopinath is playing flute. So what is the understanding then? It has 2 understanding. One is that when a devotee is fully absorbed in Krishna's, sweet pastimes, nothing else comes in through his mind, nothing else flashes in him, That is one understanding. Second understanding is that, but when these devotees happen to see Krishna in their other forms, other pastime, it's not that they become, they become distasteful or they don't like it or something. They relish that also. So, but there is a fear. Whichever form you are meditating, whichever mood you are worshipping Krishna, that particular mood, that particular form you will achieve as a destination. So sometimes devotee is afraid, if you become more attached to Narsinghadev or some other Narayan form or Krishna's creation pastime, we may miss out Vrindavan Leela. So how to see that, So Jananias Prabhu explained very nicely and interestingly how to avoid this particular problem. That we have to relish Krishna's other pastimes, such as creation and so on. At the same time, we shouldn't miss out the goal of our life. Our goal is, as Prabhupada ends this purport, that though it is a pastime of creation, Prabhupada, in the last line of the purport, is beautifully saying that he likes every part and parcel of his different potencies to take part in the blissful rasa, because participation with the Lord in his eternal Rasalila is highest living condition, perfect in spiritual bliss and eternal knowledge. So Prabhupada speaks about Rasalila in the last line of the purport in the creation pastime. So how to see that our goal is not compromised when we are dealing with other pastimes. Just like we gave the example of this javelin thrower's mother. When she sees her son receiving gold medal in the Olympic, she is seeing that son as her darling, Now, my son who sits on my lap as a small kid, my son who I pat him on his head, my son who is, doing all kinds of naughty things, whom I chastise him, that my son is receiving this gold medal in the Olympic podium, That's how she sees, So, similarly, when the devotees see Krishna in the form of a Vishnu or Narayana like that, the mode is that oh, my dear Krishna who is in Vrindavan, he is performing the pastime of creation here. My dear Krishna who is a darling of Vrindavan is performing the Leela of killing the demons, or shooting arrows against Ravana, as Lord Ram. So when the devotee sees like this, then he will not be, his perfection of life will not be some other place other than Golaka Vrindavan. Because he is seeing Krishna performing pastime of Vaikuntha. He is seeing Krishna who is performing pastime in Dwaraka. He is seeing Krishna who is performing pastime in Ayodhya. Then there is no need to have any fear. But if anybody says independently of that, this my dear Lord, this particular form I like, they may go to those planets, So that is a technique a devotee can learn from the great souls. That when the devotees of Krishna, when those who are attached to Krishna in his sweet transcendental pastime, so they will never fail to forget, or they will never fail to appreciate Krishna's other pastimes in Mathura or Dwaraka or in Vaikuntha, fearing that, oh, what will happen to me? I will not get the rasa of Vrindavan. No, they are, as a connoisseurs of rasa, they can relish all rasas, at the same time they can keep in their mind that their goal of life is Vrindavan, Krishna, as Prabhupada mentions here. The joining Krishna, Rasa Leela is a perfection of life, So in that mood, we see Srila Prabhupada when he speaks Bhagavatam classes. His Prabhupada speaks a lot about, we are not this body, Bhagavad Gita, basic philosophies. And he speaks to, very often he speaks about three kinds of Vishnu who is involved in creation pastime. Vishnustu Tridi Rupani, Ekamstu Mahata Srishti Diya Manda Samsitam, Tritiyam Sarvabhutastam, Tani Nyatva Vimuchyate. So these are the three Vishnus one should know. Shirodeshaya Vishnu, Garbhodeshaya Vishnu, Karanodeshaya Vishnu. Tani Nyatva Vimuchyate. They will be free from the bondage of the material world, material entanglement. So how Prabhupada is speaking? Because Prabhupada is speaking that my dear Krishna, who is a darling of Vrindavan, is performing these pastimes. So that is the mode the devotee approach. They don't see, oh, my Krishna, who is a lord of this 14 planetary system, is performing this creation. He is taken birth as a son of Yashoda in Vrindavan. If you see like that, then there may be different. See, both of them are seeing Krishna and Vishnu only. But what is the different? How the Gaudiya Vaishnavas is, and how the other Sampradayic Vaishnavas is. So that small difference, where we are starting from, where we are ending, So that technique we can learn from the Acharyas. When we learn this particular technique, that's what Srila Prabhupada says, Krishna consciousness is a scientific process. It is a technology of spiritual consciousness, So that technology, that technique we should learn from the devotees. Then we won't miss out anything. Otherwise, we will miss out, something, and we may not get what you want also because of this indifferent, offensive mentality also. Just like, will that boy will be happy that my mother wants to see me in home only. She doesn't want to come to school to see me receiving award from the headmaster. How the child will feel, because the person is a person. Similarly, Krishna is also a person. So when we don't appreciate Krishna's creation Leela, certainly Krishna feels, why he is not appreciating my pastime, because that is his pastime. So here, Krishna is, Maitreya Muni is talking about Krishna. Why is performing this pastime of creation? That is basically Krishna's compassion, that he wants his part and parcels, all of us, to join him in his Rasa Leela. So in one sense, if you see, Krishna's creation pastime is also as the extension of Krishna's Vrindavan pastime. If this creation is not there, the material world is not there, how the jiva can get the opportunity to perform devotional service, Here, and how the Bhagavatam is saying here, though Krishna, Eko Havai Narayana Asid Na Brahmo Neshanaha, the Upanishad says, that there was Narayana alone in the beginning. Neshanaha, na Brahma Neshanaha. Neither Brahma was there, nor Shiva was there, And when Krishna was like that, he was not happy. he felt imperfect without his planary and separated parts and parcels. So Krishna is feeling imperfect because he is alone. Can you imagine if you are alone? Why the man get married? Why the girl get married? Because they are not happy being alone. They want to come together and they want to produce children. So putrahinam griham shunyam. So nobody wants to be alone. That's why there is family unit. The family means is very difficult, correct? Raising kids and feeding them, maintaining the family is very difficult, very cumbersome, But why they are doing that? Because nobody is alone happy themselves. Nobody happy being alone. So they want to expand. So similarly, why this particular mood is coming? Because Krishna is like that. Krishna is not happy being alone. So Krishna felt that he is unhappy. He is imperfect being alone. So he performing this creation pastime. How you can do the creation? For that, the material nature has to be awakened. Material nature, Prakriti, is called Durga. She has to be awakened so that Krishna can glance on her, So Rukmini Devi, she is praying to Krishna that when you glance upon me, when I'm in the form of me as me in the form of Prakriti, I become very happy. Though Rukmini is actually internal potency, but out of her humility, she is considering herself, her own expansion, material Prakriti. And she is saying that when you glance upon me as a Prakriti, I become happy, So, though she is internal potency, she is also feeling happy that when she takes a form of a material potency, Prakriti, when Krishna glances on her, she becomes happy. So, Krishna, Eko Bahushyam, is not alone. He wants to expand so that he can experience the bliss of having a relationship with his part and parcels. So that is a creation pastimes. That is a manifestation of Krishna's compassion in one point of view. The other point of view is that is a manifestation of Krishna's bliss, that he wants to give us an opportunity for us to enter into his intimate pastimes. So if we say that I want a huge bungalow or house, but I don't like to purchase wood, or I don't like to purchase cement or concrete and all. Only when you purchase when you are happily purchase concrete, cement, now so much construction is going on. So sometimes we may not like to see this construction, but we want to see the end product of the construction, nice, beautifully decorated hall and all. But this creation is a part and parcel of the forthcoming manifestation of the beautiful Bhaktivedanta hall or Bhakti Siddhanta hall. So that's why this, I don't like the creation, I only like the end part, means then that doesn't happen, Similarly, when Krishna's creation pastime, this manifestation of this material world, is actually a chance for the conditioned souls, Especially those conditions, like all of us, we are actually merged in Krishna's belly. We are inside Krishna's belly. But unless we come out of Krishna's belly into the material creation, we don't have the opportunity to get back to Krishna's spiritual world. So in that sense, that is a compassionate task for Krishna, that what he is going to gain. But his compassion towards us. So that when you see in that way, it is a compassion of Krishna that he is creating this material world. Then how much you'll be grateful to understand what this pastime is all about, and how Lord is creating this material world, So when such creation is going to happen, Krishna is glancing at the Prakriti, and for Prakriti is Krishna's concert, and she has to be awakened so that his glance can impregnate her. So that particular episode, Maitreya Rishi is talking to Vidura as enthusiastically as he would describe Krishna's other pastime. And Vidura is hearing as enthusiastically as he is hearing the other pastimes of Krishna, So that is a beauty of Srimad Bhagavatam. That is a beauty of the great souls who are hearing Bhagavatam. That is a proper understanding of Gaudiya Vaishnavacharyas approach towards Bhagavatam. Otherwise, if we go directly to the higher pastimes without, just I want to be in a beautiful decorated place without going through the construction phase, then that means we are not able to really appreciate how much hard work went behind. We were not able to appreciate as a person who can see who has seen the difficulty of the construction. The appreciation increases actually. So it is not a kind of a drawback in appreciating the creation pastime that will miss out the pastime of Krishna's Rasa Leela and so on. So this is also an expansion of the pastimes. So Srila Prabhupada mentions that when we see Krishna's two potencies, internal potency and external potency. One time one reporter asked, one lady, Prabhupada's lady disciple asked Srila Prabhupada that how is Krishna has external energy? His internal energy is nice. Krishna's external energy is, we always hear Maya, Maya, Maya means not a palatable word for devotees want to hear. So she asked Prabhupada, how come Krishna has external energy, And, Prabhupada, how in a very interesting and hilarious way, Prabhupada answered her question. She said, you are a beautiful girl. And Prabhupada said that, so you may be a beautiful girl, but when you pass stool and urine, is it beautiful? So she was taken aback, and Prabhupada was here, want to make compassionately is answering question. She said, no. So it doesn't mean that because from your body, beautiful body comes stool and urine, which is not so beautiful. It doesn't mean that anybody can say that you are not good. She said, no, I am beautiful. Isn't it? You are beautiful, you are good. But your beauty and greatness is not minimized because from your body comes obnoxious things. Similarly, Krishna has internal potency. Krishna also has external potency. The external potency is not so palatable. It is Maya, is inferior. And Prabhupada also said that from Krishna's point of view, everything is same. For us, it is different. So Krishna has, this material world is a horrible place. There is also Krishna's energy. Krishna has internal potency. The manifestation of spiritual world, Vaikuntha, is also Krishna's energy. Both are Krishna's energy, but doesn't mean that just because Krishna has external energy, he is something lower than, this. Krishna has, both are great and doesn't compromise Krishna's greatness. So when this disciple heard that, she was completely satisfied, and her doubt was completely clarified. So that's why when the devotee speaks about both the energies, external energy or internal energy, they speak as enthusiastically. Because the body which we are living is part of Krishna's external energy. But the Shastras are saying that this body, Sharira Madhyam Khalu Dharma Sadhanam. Through this body only we can actually, in the summer season, sometime when people sweat and all, we travel in the local train, though our body is smelling bad, but we feel, oh, this fellow is, standing next to me, smelling so bad, So the body is smelling bad, when we touch some footsteps. They say, like today morning, some devotee was taking something from the, some food item. He was trying to put his finger into it. He said, don't put your finger, it will spoil. Take spoon and take it, The spoon is also material. The finger is also material. But our finger, if you put our finger into the food, it gets more easily contaminated, It becomes spoiled faster. So that means our body is worse than the spoon or so because so many bacteria are there. So our body is obnoxious, our body is not so great. But through this body only we can serve Krishna. We do any other choice, this body is through which we can serve Krishna. And though it is external, but it is something valuable for us. Though it is material, but something is valuable for us. Sharira Madhyam Khalu Dharma Sadhanam. So through this body we are serving Krishna. And that is called as devotional service. Ata Shri Krishna Namadi Nabhavet Grahya Bindrehi Sevan Mukehi Jihvada Swayameva Spratyataha. Through this body we are serving Krishna. And that is called as devotional service. Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam Bhaktir Uchyate. So that particular service to Krishna through this material body can give us Krishna who is transcendental. That is mercy of Krishna. That's why this particular devotional service is described in the Shastras as Abhidheya. Abhidheya, what is the process? The process Abhidheya. Why it is called as Abhidheya? Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains, Abhidha means it is a direct potency. For example, in the Shastras, there are three kinds of words are there. The words have the word's potency is in explaining the meaning. Just like the word is clip. But the word clip has a potency to bring in front of your eyes this particular item, isn't it? That is the potency of the word. The word is microphone, but the word microphone can bring into your eyes this particular, instrument, So, so that particular potency which is there in the word to denote a particular corresponding object is called the Shakti of the word. That Shakti of the word is as three Shaktis are there. Three different kinds of Shakti a word can exhibit to denote a particular object. So that one Shakti is called as Abhida Shakti. Abhida Shakti means the word can directly explain its corresponding meaning. For example, if I say mic, what is the meaning of the word mic? Anybody can say mic means this particular instrument. So that is called a direct Shakti, it's called Abhida Shakti. Sometimes the word doesn't explain the direct meaning, it gives a indirect meaning. That is another Shakti of the word. That is called Lakshana Vritti. Just like, for example, if I say that the village is in the Ganga, So villages in the Ganga means what? We all went to, so much Kumbh Mela discussion was going on. The river means it is a flow of water, correct? So how can be a village on the flow of water? So my village is on Ganga means it is on the banks of Ganga. Here the word Ganga refers to banks of Ganga. In our day-to-day life also, we say if you go in the bus, you take it, you tell the conductor, what do you want the conductor asks. So you say that give me one ticket, give me one Kurla, I say, one Kurla, one Kaf Parade or one Babulnath. So is he going to give you Babulnath, the whole place to you? Or is he going to give the Kaf Parade or something? Or give me, so what does it mean? Give me one means, the whole understanding is that give me a ticket this bus can take me to a place called Babulnath. That much meaning is there in one particular word, that particular word. So not directly it is exhibiting that meaning, but you have to infer certain other meanings. That is called as Lakshana Vritti, Very often in our day-to-day life we use Lakshana Vritti, So these two kinds of Shaktis are there for the word, Abhidha and Lakshana. Abhidha means what? Direct meaning. Lakshana means indirect meaning, So here the word Gangayam Goshaha, the Ganga word refers to not the river, but the river bank. Then only it matches the sentence, So when we say Abhidheya, what is Abhidha Shakti means? A direct meaning. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that the Shastras are directly proclaiming that one can attain Krishna to the direct process of devotional service. Bhakti yogena manase samyak pranihite male apashyat purusham purnam mayam chatatapashrayam. Srila Prabhupada writes this particular translation here, that the direct linking process of devotional service through which one can actually perceive Krishna, not only Krishna also the external potency taken shelter of Krishna. So the direct linking process. So the Shastras are clearly Bhaktyam Tvam Ananyaya Shakya Aham Evam Vidorjuna, that only through devotional service one can understand me. In many places in the Shastra, throughout the Shastra, Krishna is saying that directly Krishna is saying, the Shastras are proclaiming that one can achieve me through this direct process of devotional service. So that particular word, when it gives a direct meaning, that is called Abhidha Shakti. So the Shastras are directly proclaiming that one can achieve Krishna through the direct process of devotional service. So that's why the Abhidha, from the word Abhidha came Abhidheya. That devotional service is the direct process by which one can achieve Krishna. not through karma or jnana or ashtanga. They are the indirect process which will bring us to the devotional platform, then we can achieve Krishna. So that's why in the Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, we call devotional services abhidheya, because abhidha means direct. So when we perform devotional service, that is a direct process, the easiest process, the direct process which gives Krishna to the living entities. And that's why we call this devotional service abhidheya. And that abhidheya we can perform only when this material creation is created, and only in the material creation the jiva is impregnated by Lord's glance. When Krishna glances as Mahavishnu towards the Prakriti, when he glances, when we are impregnated, we are receiving this body, we are receiving these senses, and all the facilities are given here in this creation, through which we can perform this abhidheya, the direct process given in the Shastras to achieve Krishna. And when we perform this abhidheya, primarily the chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And the end result is that when we open our eyes in our next life, we can see, we can enter into Krishna's Rasalila, playing with Krishna. When Krishna is playing flute, Krishna's cows, Krishna's cowherd boys, Krishna's cowherd girls, and we can participate. And the goal of life is to enter into family life, whether you are a sannyasi, brahmachari, or a vanaprastha. The goal of life is to enter into the family life. What is the family life? Krishna's family. Krishna's being with Nandamara, Yashodamaya, Gopas, Gopis. Some of the families in Vrindavan we should take birth, and there we can join Krishna's pastime of Rasalila. To go there, as Prabhupada said, that is a goal of life, that one should, the highest perfection of human life is that the blissful rasa, because participation with the Lord in the eternal Rasalila is the highest living condition. To enter into the highest living condition, we have to go through the difficulty of facing the creation lila. Before entering into the air conditioned, newly furnished kitchen and Bhaktivedanta hall, we have to bear the construction. Some prasadam is missing now, Sunday is prasadam missing, and some difficulty, some devotees are getting sickness because of the dust and all. But this is also Krishna's extension of Rasalila. Prabhupada says, when the construction sound, when the printing press sound is as good as the sound of the ringing bell sound, the puja bells ringing, that sound are same, Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur says. Why? Because both are interrelated. So in this way, with enthusiasm and happiness, we can also appreciate Krishna's creation pastime. Here in this verse, Krishna is he is waking up his Prakriti so that he can impregnate her and create this beautiful material world when we perform devotional service and enter into Krishna's Rasalila. Hare Krishna. Thank you for your patient hearing. And is there any corrections, comments? Nityananda Prabhu. Any questions? Okay, we are quite late. Thank you. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.